believe, looking at Calicut now, that this was once the busiest, most exciting port on the Malabar coast. This, after all, is the place that Marco Polo apparently described as the greatest province in Malabar. It's the place that Ibn Battuta visited 6 separate times, and this was way back in the 7th century, and it is, of course, where Vasco da Gama first landed on Indian shores. One landing, and over 500 years ago, the course of history and certainly the course of food in this part of the world was to change forever. In those days, it was hailed as a centre for the spice trade and had the sea traffic to show for it: the Dutch, the Portuguese, the English and the Arabs. Yes, for centuries, Calicut was one of the most significant hubs on this stretch of coast. Now, though, things have changed. It's a slower city, significantly so. It's pretty, with sunny stretches of beach and a laid-back, easy-going feel. Then again, with sunsets like this, it could hardly be any other way. And so, while on the surface there are few visible vestiges of a glorious past, if there's one place the history reverberates, one place where those many travellers left their mark, it's on the table. And to see what it looks like, to figure out what it tastes like, look to Zains. Yes, this old-style bungalow is run by the enterprising Zainabi Noor, who took the food she cooked at home and transformed that skill into one of the most successful eateries in town. What Zainabi specializes in is the local Mappila fare. Mappila food is food of the Malabari Muslims, food that fuses Arab influences with local fare. And as my table fills up, because you see they take hospitality very seriously here, I'm both intimidated and excited. But while there is masses of food, it remains, I am assured, the accessible kind.
Started almost 23 years back. She was a traditional housewife who can make all this thing. In Malabar, it is like the ladies can cook. The Muslim ladies are very famous in making, and the hospitality is also very famous. Even though she's from a very conservative, traditional Muslim lady, she's a very modern at heart, and
And much as I applaud that, more cheers must be reserved for what I'm tasting. There are mussels done 2 ways, one whole, stuffed and in the shell. It's robust, a house speciality, but better perhaps is this, their plate of mussel fry. There is nothing on this plate that should not be there. There is nothing on this plate that I need to adjectivize, because let's just put it this way, there's fried mussels, fried onions, fried curry leaves and fried chilies. Really, this is a plate that speaks for itself. There's a deep fried plate of prawn skewers, not quite the marvel the mussels were, and then there are the biryanis, the real reason I'm here.
Arabs started this trading with Calicut long time back. So I think they brought these flavors, and from them we mixed our flavors also. Malbari Muslim, the Mappila food means the main thing is biryani.
I suppose it had to be. They're surprisingly light, not too heavy, not too rich, best of all, not too much. One is made with mutton, the other with prawn. In fact, they swear that prawn biryanis actually started here. It's good enough that I'm inclined to believe them. So here's what's fun, you can taste Malabar in it, but you can also taste those spices. You can taste the sense that these are flavors, there are traditions that have travelled back to when this was one of the busiest port towns on the west coast. I then try their chicken curry, spicy and super, best when had with some pathiri, their rice roti. And as subtle as the biryani is, the chicken curry is not. Nuclear levels of heat, but since when has that ever been a bad thing? And then we move on to dessert. First up, some sevai served with a sort of egg blamage. I will admit it's not the one I'll go back for. What I will though is this, the chapti pathiri.
she makes a batter, loose batter, and then she rolls that onto the pan and make something like this dosha kind of thing. She makes something like 15 to 20, and on top of that she put kaskas, kismis, then nut, then ghee, and then the next one will come on top of that. Again she'll put all these things. It is a kind of baking, but on the stove.
And pretty delicious it is. A sentiment I can extend to this as well. Calicut bananas that have been deep fried in coconut oil, that's after they've been stuffed with coconut and nuts. It's lethal.
I mean, it's banana stuffed with coconut, stuffed with nuts, stuffed with all kinds of things, deep fried in coconut. It's just bonkers. I'm not even sure stuff like this should be legal.
So before I'm hauled off, this is a feast that has been worth it. My first taste of Mappila magic was all that I could have hoped for.
Now, if you're a normal person, you're probably looking at this and wondering how on earth I'm planning on to move on to more eats after this. Well, the fact is, the secret lies in what they call their lemon tea. They swear it's a digestive. They swear that the fat doesn't count. The fat doesn't, well, let's just say, make itself at home if you have enough of this. I have no way of knowing if that's true, but I'm willing to take it on faith. Well, it's delicious. Don't count on its efficacy considering it is sweet like sugar.
So yes, it didn't work, but I am not discouraged. I will walk it off. Wait a minute, what's that I see? A milk sharbat stand? Isn't that another speciality of the area? It wouldn't hurt to just try some, would it? Keep my liquid diet going for the next little while. Though as I watch the sharbat being assembled, diet is probably not a word that applies here. There's masses of sweet stuff poured in. Crushed ice is added. Best not to ask about the sauce. Milk follows, a little stir, and there you have it, Calicut's favorite tipple. Let's see now if it's destined to be mine.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever been served a drink with this much sugar in it. Which is not to say this isn't lovely and refreshing, and I completely understand the fuss, but my god, it's sweet.
Okay, just to mitigate the jaw-numbing sweetness of it, I thought I'd try their lemon masala when in Calicut and all that. It's good, if not quite what I expected.
Oh my god. So, it's the first time I've been served nimbu pani flavored with pudina chutney and green chili laced pudina chutney at that, but it's really, really good.
That said, both are fun and certainly a hit with the crowds that pour in, if not quite so much with me. What is though are the Calicut chips, a special type of banana chips that conveniently I find just around the corner from the sharbat stand. Evidently sharbat and chips is the go-to fix. I approve completely. They're made here with a banana specific to Calicut, sliced extra fine and fried barely a foot from where they're sold. Without a bite, I can already say that Kumar's is my kind of snack store.
Take banana chips. I promise you, you haven't had banana chips until you have had freshly made, still warm from that fat over there, crisp, thin, absurdly good banana chips.
And while we're on the subject of snacks, there's another place that specializes in just that I need to visit.
I will admit it was a moment for me too. Surely I hadn't travelled all the way to Calicut only to wind up heading to a place called, wait for it, Bombay Hotel. Happily though, every once in a while there's a place that proves that there's as little to a name as Juliet insisted.
So yes, the Bombay Hotel may sound like one of those ubiquitous, themeless, flavorless dives that pop up everywhere. It's not. It's a tradition and it's got the old world charm to show for it. It's also got the crowds and most critically, the counters. Yes, this is the scene here standardly at tea time, and evidently it's been this way for decades now.
My father has started this business in 1949. Since then, we are doing this business. So many hotels are making snacks here, but ours is our special items. We made it our own.
So snacks here means more than I could have imagined. Like, let's say their peanut cake. Not peanut butter cake, mind you, and let's just say it would have been a lot better had it been. But there are other things that make up for it, like this, a blob of banana paste stuffed with coconut, and this, a sort of pancake that's stuffed with banana and coconut.
In the battle of one banana and coconut dessert versus another banana and coconut dessert, must be said we have an undisputed winner. Undisputed.
Next up is something called ara. It's a steamed packet featuring figs, flour, dal, and you guessed it, bananas and coconut. And yes, you too may be noticing a theme emerging when I move on to this slice, featuring once again banana and egg.
The Mappila food are made from banana and egg. Or you can see almost all the items are filled with banana, egg, this sugar, coconut and everything.
Honestly, nobody seems alarmed that this is their idea of tea. Fig, coconut, raisin, ghee, coconut filled excess. They're all eating it and nobody seems to be concerned. I mean, it's good, I get the fast, but like really every day?
But it's not all sweet here. That's the crisp meat patty covered with deep fried egg batter. It isn't bad, but I was more taken with their other speciality. Once again, if you've been paying attention, you've guessed it, their biryani.
This really is the biryani capital of, well, I can't say the country, but certainly the state. Everywhere you go, their speciality is a biryani. And everywhere you go, the reputation is well deserved. This place too is no exception.
I tried drowning mine in raita and laced it with another local speciality, their date pickle.
Pickle is the game changer.
And yes, in case I hadn't reiterated it earlier, all this is tea. Just tea.
I know that traditionally you're supposed to have tea to wake up from a siesta. In my case, we're going to have to do things the other way around, but don't go anywhere. We're seeing you back in just a bit.